Everybody's heard of Stonehenge. Everybody goes to the UK who wants to go and visit Stonehenge. But did you know Stonehenge is just one of many stone circles? Where is Avebury, I hear you ask? Well, Avebury is in the parish of Wiltshire. Getting to Avebury from London is really easy. It takes about an hour and 35 minutes if you drive, or you can do two options. You can take the longer just by bus on a national coach, express coach, which you're looking at about 3.5 hours, hopping on a train at London Paddington Station and going to Swindon, and from Swindon hopping on the bus 49 that will take you from Swindon directly to Avebury, where then you can enjoy this unique and beautiful piece of the UK. When we went to Avebury, we actually drove, so we parked outside of a little bit out of town. From the parking lot, you just walk a short way into the village and to the circles. So there's lots of unique things about the stone circles in Avebury. They actually have two circles within each other. Obviously they're not all standing today, and there are pillars in place that show where the stones were missing, and you can walk, unlike Stonehenge, Avebury, you can walk around and get up and close and personal with them, and the sheep that are wandering around in there too. Looking at the date of the stones, they dating them from 2500 to 2200 BC, and as I said, in that time there were over 30 stones in the two circles. So you can wander around and get up close, as I said, with most of them. The circle is not the only thing that you can do in Avebury. There is Avebury Manor, which has a great tea room that you can go and enjoy some tea and scones in the middle of the village, and all of this is really, really close to the circle, so it's not even, you don't even feel like you're dividing it all up. It's all one massive experience that is just lovely, really. We spent easily probably an hour and a half, 2 hours there, just wandering around and having lunch and looking at some of the displays in the museum. And talking about the museum, that's the Alexander Keller Museum, and it looks like a barn. It's actually a barn and stables, and there are interactive displays setting the scene of what it would have been like in Neolithic and the Bronze Age, when Avebury would have been quite active. Close to the Alexander Keller Museum is a beautiful dovecote, and that's a dove house, so it was quite lovely. We didn't know what it was when we were there. It was something that we had to research when we got home, but as you can see, it is quite a lovely building, and it's grade listed at level 2 from the 16th century. The Red Lion pub is a great thatch roof building that's just a little bit away from everything else and just looks so English pub. Get back in touch with some of that Neolithic Bronze Age time. There's Silbury Hill, and it's a 40-metre artificial earthworks. And apparently, I actually didn't notice this, but it is comparable with the size of the pyramids in Egypt. Again, West Kent Long Barrow is a burial mound that dates back to around 3500 BC. In the village area is St James Church, which is a fascinating and beautiful example of Saxon and Norman built buildings. So go and check that out. So as I said, we probably spent a couple of hours just wandering around, walking around the stone part of the stone circle. We didn't do it all. One of the stones is called the Barber Stone, and the reason that it was named was because they found a skeleton under or near this stone that, judging by what was buried with him, he probably played both the role of the barber and the surgeon. So that's quite fascinating, and that we probably walked there without really realising that we were at that stone looking at our pictures. So we walked around that area, and then we walked around some of the other bit And as you know, England is free to walk, so there's lots of places to walk and gates to walk through so that you can keep going further into the fields if you like. Avebury, if you're doing a road trip or if you just want a day trip out of London that's something a little bit different, and you don't want to just do Stonehenge, then definitely keep Avebury Circle on your list. Thanks for watching, and until next time, travel brilliantly.